Surprise, surprise, another day, another Bayer Leverkusen video on this channel. But I can't help myself. Leverkusen have just been so good this season. And coming off of that game against Bayern Munich, you'd be damned if you think I wouldn't be making a video about Leverkusen, about how good they've been this season, but mainly about their performance against Bayern, and reiterating what I said in my last video about Leverkusen. I genuinely believe that Leverkusen has what it takes to win the Bundesliga. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Back of the Net here. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, going into this game, everyone knew how important this game was. It was top of the table, which was Bayer Leverkusen versus second place Bayern Munich. And as good as Leverkusen have been this season, they're still undefeated in the Bundesliga. Going into this game, a lot of people were still kind of questioning Leverkusen. The last game they played against Bayern Munich was a 2-2 draw. Bayern Munich should have probably won the game looking back at it. But going into this game, there were a lot of things to look out for. Bayern Munich had lost one game in the last 5, but won 4. Leverkusen had won 4 but drawn 1. Again, Leverkusen going into this game undefeated was the only reason I was still confident in Leverkusen, and it seems like that confidence paid off. Leverkusen didn't just beat Bayern Munich, but they made a statement out of Bayern Munich, beating them 3-0, absolutely torching them. And what is surprising is that Bayern Munich comfortably had more possession, 61% to Bayer Leverkusen's 39%. But Leverkusen had more shots, way more shots on target, and more expected goals. Leverkusen have proven it a lot this season that they don't necessarily need a lot of possession to hurt you. They are a team that can sit compact off the ball for a long time and then hurt you on the break with a lot of pace. So even in the beginning when Bayern had a lot of the ball, I was still thinking that Leverkusen looked really good. They were so hard to break down. Bayern weren't getting that elite of chances in the beginning, and as the game went on, as Leverkusen scored their first goal in the 18th minute, you started to think that Bayern are going to lose this. Bayern have no chance of beating Leverkusen today, and Leverkusen are too good for Bayern. And honestly, in my opinion, I've already said this even before this game in my previous video about Leverkusen, that I believe Leverkusen are going to win the Bundesliga, and this game just reiterates my point. Leverkusen are so much better than just a Cinderella team. They are elite tactically under Xabi Alonso, but the players themselves have bought into what Xabi Alonso wants to do. The players themselves work really hard off the ball, and on the ball they have so much quality that it's very hard to beat this Leverkusen team. And if you look at their record in the Bundesliga, that just proves it. They're still undefeated. They've played 21 games in the Bundesliga, 17 wins and just 4 draws, 0 losses, plus 41 goal difference. They're 5 points clear of Bayern Munich, 12 points clear of Stuttgart, who themselves are having a nice Cinderella run in the Bundesliga. But the thing is, again, it was just a domination from Leverkusen. Tuchel's side never looked like they were ever going to be scoring. Alonso's men were in control throughout the game, and they never looked in trouble after the opening goal. It was a complete domination from Leverkusen. And Bayern, yes, they've been here before with Dortmund last season, but again, I see a lot of a difference between Leverkusen this season and Dortmund last season. I just think Leverkusen this season, obviously outside of their unbeaten run this season, I just see a lot more calm and composure. As young as they are, I see them looking calm, looking composed. Obviously, they are able to beat Bayern Munich quite comfortably, whereas Dortmund last season, they struggled to beat Bayern. So I think if you weren't already convinced by Xabi Alonso's men, then this game should have convinced you enough. You don't even have to watch the full game. Go watch the highlights. You will see Leverkusen completely dominated. Go look at the stats. You'll see Leverkusen completely dominated. And there are so many players from Leverkusen that to me are just very, very impressive this season. Grimaldo to me has been one of the best wingbacks in the world. Tapsoba is an elite centre back. Florian Wirtz, although he didn't really look all that good against Bayern, he is a really good attacking midfielder, and I can guarantee a lot of big clubs are going to be coming in for Wirtz in the summer. This is Leverkusen's best chance to dethrone Bayern, and again, this game has proven that they have all the capabilities of doing so. Yes, they're only 5 points ahead. There's still a decent amount of games to be played, but again, Leverkusen have been so impressive. I'd be very, very surprised if Leverkusen choke and slip up and let Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga for, I don't even know, is it the 12th time in a row, 13th time in a row if Bayern win again? But yeah, as a neutral, I'm very, very happy to see Leverkusen finally bringing German football back to the media, because otherwise everyone will just be talking about how Bayern are going to win yet another Bundesliga, and the biggest headline out of that will be that Kane is going to win the league. And I know a lot of people are going to clown Kane, but if we're being fair, again, Kane hasn't really done anything wrong. He scored tons of goals this season, and yes, he was quite poor against Leverkusen. He only had 1 shot throughout the game and it was blocked. But I mean, so far in the Bundesliga alone, Kane has scored 24 goals with 5 assists in 21 games. So although a lot of people are going to be clowning Kane if Leverkusen win, it's not his fault. He's done what he can, but this Bayern team just isn't looking good. I think Tuchel is probably going to get sacked at the end of the season if they don't win the Bundesliga, or at least go far in the Champions League. And they have a decent opportunity to go far in the Champions League with them playing Lazio in the round of 16. Obviously, we don't know who will be drawn in the quarters or the semis. But if I'm Bayern Munich, they need to keep their foot on the gas. They need to go on like a 20-game win streak, bring the Man City out of them. Otherwise, Leverkusen are finally going to break the Bayern Munich chokehold that they have on the Bundesliga. But yeah, overall, I was just very, very impressed with Leverkusen, as I have been throughout the whole season. But this game against Bayern, to me, just proved that it wasn't a once-off. Leverkusen don't just beat weaker teams. Leverkusen can go out and beat a better team on paper and do it very comfortably. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think about Leverkusen's performance? Do you think Leverkusen have a chance of winning the Bundesliga, or do you think they will eventually slip up and Bayern will go in and win the Bundesliga? Let me know in the comments below. Please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.